Lake skating. In the small town of Forestville, nestled between golden autumn leaves and the quiet expanse of a lake, four friends stood huddled in Wren's lab. Through the windows, they could see the waters of the lake that was on Wren's property. Wren and his friend Saul had gathered at the lakeside day after day, studying the lake and its surroundings. Saul had a knack for photography, and she had taken enough photos to form a three-dimensional image of the area. The time had arrived to have Pret and Len in on the secret. The late afternoon sun streamed through the windows, casting long shadows on the floor as the hum of machinery filled the air. Wren, with his untamed hair and wide eyes, paced back and forth. His hands were full of blueprints and a half-finished contraption. Wren explained, "We have plans of freezing the lake even before winter is here." The idea appeared out of thin air weeks ago. What if they could skate on the lake in autumn when it hadn't yet frozen on its own? The more he thought about it, the more the idea seemed like the perfect escape. Pret, ever the practical one, tilted her head.
Pret asked, "Freeze the lake? With what? We're not exactly scientists, Wren." Wren grinned.
Wren replied, "I'll build something. A machine, a cooling stabilizer." Then, leaning against the wall with a grin that could light up the room, asked, "Cooling what?" Wren replied, "A machine that can lower the temperature enough to freeze the water. We can have ice skating in autumn." Wren's excitement was growing, and soon Pret and Saul, the seasoned skaters of the group, were in on the plan. Days passed and the lab transformed. Cords, wires and various tools littered the floor as the friends worked together. Saul, her camera ever at the ready, documented every moment, her photos capturing their hope and anticipation. The machine, though an odd small cupboard-like creation, was fine. The night of the first test arrived. The friends stood on the shore of the lake, the air crisp and cool. Wren powered on the cooling stabilizer, the machine whirring to life with a low hum. The lake, which had been perfectly calm, began to steam with frosty particles, the water's surface turning to ice in seconds. Len slid across the newly formed ice as if he'd been skating for years. Pret, though sceptical, couldn't help but smile. Even Saul, who usually viewed everything through an artistic lens, was captivated by the sight. They were skating on frozen water in autumn. Their dream had come true. As the night wore on, the full moon came into sight. The wind picked up, and it was pleasantly cold for this time of year. The forest surrounding the lake seemed quieter than usual. The next few days brought a lot of fun from active ice skating. The lake froze faster than they had expected, thickening with incredible speed. The autumn foliage on the trees began to fly, and it felt like a strange mix of autumn and winter. Pret, ever the realist, voiced her concern.
"Are we messing with nature here? What if this doesn't work out?"
But Wren, caught up in the excitement, was unwilling to stop their skating session. Wren replied, "We're creating something amazing. It's a lake, but 10 times better." As the days passed, the unseasonably cooler temperatures were sweet. Suddenly, an erratic blizzard arrived without warning. Lightning crackled across the sky and the wind howled through the trees. The cooling stabilizer malfunctioned. Its circuitry, just like the lake, had also frozen. The ice cracked and shattered, and water from the lake flooded their property. They raced to fix the machine, putting ice skating sessions aside for the moment. As dawn broke over the frozen lake, the friends sat in silence, watching the mist slowly dissipate. Wren spoke first. "We can fix the stabilizer." Pret sighed, her practical nature now tempered with the weight of reality.
Pret questioned, "We wanted something enchanting, and for a while it seemed that way, but what now?"
Saul, looking out at the lake, clicked her camera. The photo she took was of an eerie lake with frozen slabs of ice and cold water splashing in between the ice slabs with chaotic rhythm. With the storm over, they finally repaired the cooling stabilizer. The ice began to thaw, slowly but steadily, and as the last of the ice melted, the lake returned to its usual autumn water. As the friends, with renewed determination, gathered, they dropped down the cooling stabilizer rod into the lake, yet again freezing the water. Ren reassured, this time there will be no more issues with the cooling stabilizer. It now has casing with chill protection. Len read it posters with the words, "Lake ice skating in autumn. Experience the thrill even before winter is here." They handed out posters inviting the people of Forestville for a fun-filled day of ice skating. That afternoon, hundreds lined up to skate on their frozen lake.